Hi guys, you're here with me, Jen the Taxidermy Witch, and we've got a big project. So we're starting out right now, and I have some assistance from my beautiful husband. We're going to be doing this Yule log together. And basically, these are just things I had around the house. Some thrifted candles, a log from firewood of Peggy's that my husband chopped, which is really cool. I have, some foliage, some little bips and bobs and things like that. So we're starting out, we're getting the holes in the wood, okay? We used a bit that was 5/8 for this smaller candle hole, okay? And then these bigger candles, do you see the difference between the two? We are using a 3/4. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so we've got this one that we drilled together. I think it's really important that you have somebody help you hold on, and it's just kind of like, I don't know how to work a drill too well, but we got this hole here. Once you're in, it's pretty easy, and it has a light, which is nice. And we got a hole down about this far into the drill, and so that's so that's a good amount for the candle. You can use just the end of the drill bit to dig out all the crud. We hold this one. So once you drill the hole, there's going to be a good amount of fuzz in there that you're going to want to get out. And you can save all these dusts for magic in the future. Don't get rid of those. So brush that out, and then get your candle. They're very messy at the moment. And you'll get her in there. You may have to, if the candle's too big, just carve it to fit in, and that's really easy to do with a small knife. Okay, and now we're going to get the third hole of the Yule log in, which will be right about here. And when you start out, it's pretty difficult, so again, it's nice to have somebody help you. Watch your finger. So, what's your advice when you first start out, Alex?
Just make sure you have your hands, holding the drill tight, and make sure you're straight up and down, so you're not at an angle.
Okay. Kind of go slower at first, and then it will kind of wobble. Hold it straight. Go slow. At first, you're just going to have something like this. It's barely enough to put a candle in. I suppose if that's all you could get, you could melt some wax and get it on there. But we got it quite deeper last time.
One more.
One more.
That's okay.
So I learned that the pressure you put into it is really what makes the hole. I think we're good, huh? Thank you, hon. Appreciate it. Alright, just digging that out of there. Having your little magical toothbrush is nice. Okay, and we've got our 3 holes for our Yule log candles. Whoop. It sits kind of funny, but I'm okay with that. That's totally me. The candles are kind of tilted. I think that's nice because when they burn, the wax will kind of come down rather than being straight up and down. So I'm excited about that. Other people might want to make a flatter bottom on the base of this so that it stood straight up and down kind of perfectly. So I just sweep away all these bits. You want to make sure this piece of wood is really dry because you want to do the tradition of burning it. And in tradition, they had a bigger log that they burned for all 12 days of Yule, with feasts every night. And then they saved the last little bit of charcoal. Like, let me show you what it would look like. The last little bit of charcoal. You know, might look something like this. This is some charcoal I pulled out of Peggy's ash. So this last bit of charcoal you'll save for the next year in a jar, and so you can look at it and love it all year. You'll save it and you will use it to start your fire for the next Yule log the next year. And that's part of that Yule tradition. Something else you can do, you know, well, okay, here's the thing. You're going to be burning this Yule log. So you want to add things like, you know, some dried foliage from your... This is from our Christmas tree, the Norfolk pine. You might want to add some of that to it. I wouldn't use hot glue because you don't want to burn hot glue, you know. This is just beautiful kind of how it is. I got some deer horns. I might put a deer horn on each one like this. I just have to figure out, let me see. Oh, they come off really easily. And, you know, I might have that just here, and I might find a way to pin it on the side here. So there's that. And you could do some ribbons, but you want to do ribbons that aren't synthetic. These are synthetic, so I probably won't do ribbons this year, unless I can find some nice paper ones. And then I would just use the ribbons to tie onto the Yule log, whatever I want to hold on, whether it be this horn or some of this beautiful gold foliage. But I would take that off before you burnt it, because things like this, these are all plastics. But I got things like this to make for my family, so my family can have a Yule log for Christmas. And that's something that you can share with them that's witchcraft, that is also a normal Christmas tradition, quote unquote. And it's just gorgeous because you're sharing that all with your family. You're giving them something to put on your table that you made proudly of your craft, okay? And I just think that that's great. I got a lot of different things that you can, you know, put on here to make them pretty, but just make sure if you do the tradition of burning your Yule log that you actually take off the things that are not burnable, okay, before you burn it. And then you want to burn it a little bit over the 12 days. Let me show you more of what's looking like here. I think it's really pretty. It's not exactly put together yet, but I'm just giving you guys an idea. Again, you can tie on all these things with some non-synthetic strings, or, you know, you could use bips and bobs. These strings you could burn, it's no problem, those embroidery strings. And also, you can take some, like, of your cranberries, and you can just find a hole in the wood and kind of poke them on. And with just a stick pin like this, you know, you can take some juniper berries and put them on here with a stick pin, or some more cranberries. There's just so many ideas I had for how you guys could do this, and I just wanted to make sure to show you. Get creative with it. Even, you know, like I said, add some faux taxidermy just to make it really pretty. Come back with me, Jen the Taxidermy Witch, while we do other things. But yeah, make a Yule log. You've got your drill bits. If you have a husband around, just grab him and say, what do we have? Try and use what you've got, you know. Have a beautiful Yule, you guys. I hope you enjoyed my little DIY on how to pretty much get the candles into the Yule log with drills. Jen the Taxidermy Witch, all my love.